Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Iron Obsession podcast. Today I am joined by Max Hughes and Bobby Silverbeck, and maybe two or three other guys that will hop in here and there. We'll see. It'll be a variety show today, but before we get started, I just want to remind you guys to like, subscribe,
Ring the bell.
and turn on notifications for this channel so you can see all of the future uploads. So today we're going to start off with the topic of just kind of GLP-1s in general. I got a feeling we'll probably spend most of the conversation on Retta, but we'll definitely, touch on GLP-1 and GLP-2 before that. And also maybe, I think there's some other ones that are coming out. If anybody knows anything about those, we'll talk about those as well. So I guess I'll kind of kick it. I think, Bobby, you probably know the most here about GLP-1 and 2, or Max, do you?
I've never tried GLP-1 or 2. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I don't have personal experience with Ozempic, but I know a lot of people who have used it, and I've heard a lot of negatives. I don't think it's a super well-designed drug. That being said, for someone who's general population person who just can't stop eating, I could see it being useful. I've heard tirzepatide is kind of the one that's the king for the appetite suppression.
Yeah.
And then there's the GLP-3. I do have extensive experience with that now and some client experience. I think it's a great drug. I think me and Bobby might debate whether it's a great drug or not, but depends on the person.
Yeah. Like everything.
Yeah.
With GLP-1 specifically, I don't see any case use for anybody in or outside of bodybuilding. I just don't see it being a good idea. I've heard of, straight up stomach paralysis. Have you guys heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. Terrifying.
And what a lot of that comes from is from these jackasses trying to eat through it. Meaning they're going to, and also having very high fatty foods, high fatty, high processed, and high carb, high sugar. So like pizza, for example. If you eat a shit ton of pizza on Ozempic and you're on a good dose of Ozempic, you might literally have to go to the hospital to get your stomach pumped. And if you're lucky, that'll be all you have to do.
Wow.
Well, and that really brings you to the point of, for Gen Pop specifically, I don't think GLPs are a good idea in the first place. I think they could do a lot better. And I could go all day about the healthcare system and how flawed it is, because they're not actually trying to help you. They're trying to treat a symptom by basically milking the cattle. I would say if you're taking a GLP-1 and you're still stuffing your face, you don't need a drug. You need therapy.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if your brain, the way that I understand the GLPs is they actually turn off that reward center for the food.
So with like Retta, yes. With like something like an Ozempic, I don't even think there's much of that at all. It's literally just you'll feel nauseous and you can't eat. That's it.
Well, if you feel nauseous and can't eat, you're still trying to stuff your face.
Right.
There's something really messed up. There's something really wrong. Yeah. And I think the problem needs to be extended way more to instead of what can the doctor give me to where I can stop eating myself to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think GLP-2 tirzepatide, which acts on 2 agonists.
Yeah.
I believe that's why they call it the GLP-2.
Yeah.
I've seen and I've heard some good things about it. I'm not so dogmatic in the sense where I'm like, these are the fucking devil. I just don't think they really have much of a use in bodybuilding or lifestyle. Again, I think it really just comes down to fix your mental health, do what you can to where you're not eating yourself to death and becoming gluttonous, because that is a huge issue that we are facing today in society. Now, GLP-3, what really turns me off the most is that turning off the reward center. I think if our society is still pushing this thing of let's curb the hunger, let's turn off the reward center that we get by eating and consuming food, there's something really wrong with that. It actually scares me. I think, let me put my tinfoil hat on here. But I think anything that the government is trying to push through FDA approval, like they are with GLP-3, I think should be a huge red flag in the sense of what are they trying to do, what is going on, and why are they trying to make us reliant on something that actually takes away our survival instincts?
I don't disagree with that, but I will say this. I think the only reason that they have is green. I think they saw how much money these peptide companies were making off of the average person who isn't even involved in bodybuilding getting this shit. And they were just these peptide companies, man. Some people have made generational wealth off of this shit. So I think that's the primary mover. Obviously, you can have other reasons there too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think most of these, probably, you could probably list 300 different pharmaceuticals, and I'd probably say get rid of 298 of them. So I don't disagree.
So the thing is, let's also remember bodybuilding is such a niche sport. It still is.
Yeah.
These pharmaceutical companies don't give a fuck about bodybuilders. They're trying to get Gen Pop. Like we don't even go to them to get this stuff because they know they're not going to make like fuck all money off of us. So they're really trying to push this for Gen Pop. The problem with it going to Gen Pop is they actually haven't fixed the root line issue.
Yeah.
So they do these GLPs. They become reliant on them. The motility slows down. Their digestion gets fucked because they don't even know how to eat in the first place. Their mental health is already fucked. So then they turn off the natural reward center. So now you're just left with these brainless zombies.
And they'll be like,
and I mean, you can even.
They'll be like, oh, well, we're meatheads. We don't know what to do with these things. Okay, some of the stories that I've heard, like there are weight loss clinics around me, which is it's literally just a pill mill for retatrutide and tirzepatide and Ozempic. Dude, they're putting people on 15, 20, 25 milligrams a week of tirzepatide, 10, 12 of retatrutide, even higher for Ozempic because it's weak as shit. Like, just because somebody has a medical degree or not even a medical degree, an ability to prescribe you something, because probably there's one doctor that presides over the clinic and then a bunch of nurse practitioners that can prescribe. That's usually how it goes. Doesn't necessarily mean they know what they're doing.
I would argue that, and I am very much in the sense that I think a lot of bodybuilders are not the brightest when it comes to doing stuff because we do like to kind of go a little overboard. But I will say in this peptide realm, the bodybuilders actually have the upper hand because we are actually taking the least out of society. I have seen protocols where people are taking a fuck ton more. They're like, well, this is a normal dose. I'm like,
nah.
Brother, I know people that are hundreds of pounds bigger that are taking a quarter of that dose.
Yeah.
But it's not their fault. This is the information they get online. This is the information these clinics give them. And what's really crazy to me is Gen Pop thinks all of this stuff is legal too.
Yeah. They don't understand.
That's the funniest part.
They don't even know what the gray market is at all.
It's still black market.
That's right. Was it December or January where it became black market? It was gray market for a while.
Well, let's think about for research purposes. Go into a police station with 10 kits of retatrutide and say this is for research purposes, and I want you to see what happens.
Well, realistically, I think they'd probably laugh or some shit because I think I got bigger problems to worry about. But I wouldn't fucking do it. That's for sure. But a little probably optimistic of me to think that, but one would hope they're more worried about heroin on the street than Retta in the bodybuilding community. But
not if Lilly finds out about it, Lilly or Pfizer.
Yeah, true.
Then you're fucked.
Yeah. But with retatrutide itself, I think this is the one where if you're willing to be measured in how you use it, there can be some case use for some people in the right situation. And I didn't know for sure until I came off of it myself, but it does seem to be that a little bit of that brain rewiring does stay with you when you come off of it. Now that could also just be the self-work that I did. But for me, being on Retta for 6 months or something, maybe it was 8 months, however long it was, I took a break for what was it, 6 weeks? Just because that was how long I was cruising for. And we came off all peptides except for growth and slew. And by the third week or so, I noticed it was out of me. Like my hunger was completely back to normal. I had that pit in my stomach an hour after meals like I normally do. But that mental process of me wanting to gorge myself kind of stayed away. Now, I want to give myself some credit. I do think that that's a part of the work that I did in changing my attitude and shifting that. But I do think it
Mhm.
was good for me, especially in a rebound. And I think a rebound is probably the best case use for it if the person is going to actually adhere. If they're going to eat like an asshole and, go to the pizza parlor and eat 4 pies, obviously they shouldn't be on any GLP. They shouldn't be bodybuilding if they're going to do that, in my opinion. But the maybe right after a show where your hunger signaling is just abnormally fucking high because of how long you were in a deficit for. That was very helpful for me personally. It really allowed me to have a clear mind and make more mature decisions than I would have made in the past with it. Now, did I need the drug to do that? At the time, maybe. Going forward, I'm not sure. There's just a lot of unknowns with it that I still have.
I'll put.
I will say this: it is definitely something that I'm looking forward to using this prep because I can actually not be consumed by that prep hunger. I'm interested to see how my quality of life within the prep is, and because I'm someone who, my first prep, I think I was on like 1,500 calories for peak week or something like that. Like I've fucking dieted hard. I've done that, and I'm sure you both can agree. I think everybody should do at least one prep with zero GLP, and most people probably shouldn't ever use them unless they're going to use them responsibly. But the idea of some people that have never had to face hunger in a prep, that is pretty wild to me. I almost feel like as a competitor, wouldn't you want to kind of earn your stripes a little bit, at least the first time?
Yeah, I just think
Think
turning
every
off
time.
that hunger signal is just so not natural.
Well,
Um,
we do a lot of
I
shit like
don't mean it.
that.
I don't mean it like that.
I know, yeah,
You know, I'm not opposed to drugs.
yeah.
I think there's great options out there. And it's funny because a lot of the experiences you've had, Anson, I'm like a tail few months behind you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting because it's like you're living, like I'm 8 weeks behind prep from you, and I'm about 6 months into ready use myself, and it's definitely changed my life for the better.
Yeah.
But I'm not too into it to think that it's this permanent thing. And I also would like to see what happens when I pull it, which I'm going to pull it in a couple weeks here.
I think you'll be pleasantly
Um,
surprised.
I hope because I'm someone like you who has an absolutely crazy appetite. And that reward system thing, I actually believe has made me better because I just have such a crazy addictive personality
Same.
when it comes to food, when it comes to everything.
Yeah.
I'm way too obsessive, and I find it's just mellowed me the fuck out. Um, I've just like Bobby said about bodybuilders kind of overdoing things. I fell trapped to the research guidelines of the 4 to 12 milligrams.
Mm.
So when I was doing my rebound and I was, kind of struggling to control my hunger, I pushed it all the way up to 7 milligrams,
Okay.
and I got hit hard with a distended belly. Could not. I had to wear my belt while I was training on everything just to keep that shit in. My meals were not digesting right. I felt terrible. My heart rate got kind of out of control for a minute there. And I didn't hate it so much that I completely pulled it, but I did drastically reduce it down to about 1 milligram a week, and
Nice.
then found myself struggling to keep my appetite down, below what my calories were supposed to be again. So I pulled it back up to about 2 to 3 milligrams for the last couple months, and that seems to be my sweet spot. I like 1 milligram every 3 or 4 days. That's kind of what I've landed on. Um, but I do have this little suspicion going on that my physique looks worse on it.
Hmm.
I think
Mhm.
Bobby knows what I'm talking about. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a
The rhetoric.
glycogen depletion thing, but there's just something about the way my muscle holds glycogen and my pumps. I just haven't had one of those insane pumps that I used to get before it. Um, granted, I'm a lot bigger and more developed now, so my physique's better, and I'm not going to fucking Wendy's like I used to. You know, I'm a little more disciplined. Maybe that's just a maturity thing, like you said. Give yourself a little bit more credit. But I do have this sort of suspicion that like Retta makes your physique look a little bit worse. Anyway,
Is there
that's my two
a
cents.
mechanism through which, like, how it affects glycogen and storage that could be happening, or what do we think?
Maybe it's the glucagon thing, right? Like it does increase your metabolism a little bit.
Okay.
It's just like taking shit ton of SLU.
Yeah.
It will actually make your physique look worse if you take a large, significant amount because you're not able to store that in your muscle. You're just burning through it. So
does
it's unnecessary.
Does Retta have that AMPK sort of thing that MOTS-C, SLU, that it's switching on that?
I think
it's just a glucagon.
Yeah, I think that from what I remember hearing when I was researching it, watching YouTube videos on it before I started using it, is if anything, it probably leans more towards the side of anabolism than it does catabolism because of that glucagon pathway. I could be wrong. That's just what I'm remembering.
But let's argue this too. It is a diabetic medication.
I love those.
No.
Insulin.
Well, insulin doesn't actually make you more insulin sensitive.
No, it doesn't.
It just masks what you're doing. It can actually do the opposite. It can make you more insulin resistant.
Absolutely.
Retta might actually be doing the same thing. It's just, that number, that blood glucose number, and your A1C is lower, but your body's natural A1C is being masked, and so it could actually shut it down. Potentially. So that slowed motility as well means your food is not digesting. You're not being able to fill those muscles up with the glycogen because the food's not even fully digested. Yeah, just because that glucose number is lower doesn't mean you're just burning through the actual food like that. I would argue you're just not metabolizing it.
Maybe so. One thing too, though, I think it does affect the look, and it affects your ability to load for sure. Like, I'm of the opinion, generally speaking, you shouldn't change too much, like 2 to 3 weeks out from all the data show as far as like what you're taking. But you should absolutely pull Retta like 2 to 3 weeks out before a show, 100%. It's not worth the risk of having a distended abdomen and not being able to fill.
But how detrimental could that be to someone's prep?
Right.
Well, we saw it at the Olympia, right?
That's really where you gotta fucking weigh the risk. You're like, you really gotta understand someone's mental fortitude and be like, can I trust that this person isn't going to stuff themselves because they haven't been hungry this entire prep?
Yeah,
and now they're about to be able to hit with a rebound hunger.
I didn't even think about that because my mind just doesn't go there. I'm just thinking like, we're about to step on stage. It's about to be fun. But yeah, some people would have that response.
Some people are not.
Most people
are not talking about.
Most people would probably have
70 to 80%.
Oh yeah,
might want to go stuff their face.
Together. Yeah. I'd argue maybe higher than that. Maybe realistically like 90%.
I'm trying to be conservative and give people the benefit of the doubt here.
Most people suck.
And want to and actually commit to doing are different things. I'm saying want to.
Yeah, and that normal human instinct, we would feel that, but you're not thinking about how do I go eat food. You're thinking, fuck, I'm really hungry, but my show is coming up soon. Whatever.
I like that feeling of hungry a little bit, man. That is one of the
things
that
feeling.
I don't mind about Retta is because the actual hunger suppression for me, dude, it does fuck all. I was eating 7,000 calories every hour and a half, no fucking problem. Like it really did nothing for me in that. It was
You're eating 7,000 calories every hour and a half.
No, like split up my meal plan.
I will say though, Anson and I can relate on a lot, and I wonder. And we were talking in the Instagram group here, but part of the reason why him and I can eat so much is I would almost argue that the motility for us naturally is so fast that our food just comes out our fucking ass.
Yeah. I've had like diarrhea on and off my entire life. Even like when they put me on a diet in high school, specifically like full of fiber oats. I had a bunch of like, what was it? I had potatoes. I had basically everything with fiber. Blueberries. There was, I don't remember which vegetable I was doing, but I was doing one vegetable. It wasn't broccoli. I know that because broccoli caused a bunch of shit wrong for me. But I had
Me too.
digestive issues on and off my entire life. And, once you're slamming a lot of food, for me, I will get more constipated than, the other way around. But Reddit it just kind of fixes my motility. And now there are obviously other things we can do for that. I do think if you can get your diet lined up to where you can still be pushing for as much progress as possible, but then also keeping your gut as healthy as possible, that's going to be optimal for sure. But
I
there
know
probably, yeah.
Bobby's brain's turning right now. He's like, we can fix this.
I think in
Listen,
some situations it's not always going to be the case. Oh, damn.
There we go. The drummer in me fucking nearly popped off. Okay. No, so I'll let you guys finish. Go ahead.
That's it.
Okay. So, okay, I won't be so dogmatic in the sense that it's like, no, we'll just fucking fix this and we'll just fucking nail everything how we need to nail it.
Yeah.
I would say if progress is the ultimate goal and you don't really give a fuck how you get there, use Reddit.
That's fair.
If you care about a long-term, your 5-year, 10-year plan, a little bit more, fix your issues, take a good 6 months to a year to figure out what foods properly work and align with you. And then you can fix those motility issues in and of itself. Now, you might not be on a strictly regular bodybuilding diet, but I would argue that the benefits that you will receive from finding foods that properly agree with you will yield out way better results, and you will not have to take a drug to mask the effects or to help with what you're actually dealing with. Now, this is like something where, if you have an open coach, they'll be willing to work with you and find out about this.
Yeah.
I know some people have dogmatic coaches and they'll be like, no, you have to eat this. And then my response to that is find a different coach.
I would agree. I don't think not a single one of our coaches here would say that if we brought that to them.
No, not at all. But it's kind of like, do you want, this is kind of how I look at it as well. It's like, well, we could push the anabolics or we could push the ancillaries a little bit higher for a little bit more progress right now, or we could do a little bit lower, fix all the issues, but you will get more progress in the end game and you will be able to live longer and healthier at the end. It's kind of, do you want your short-term progress right now or do you want the long-term progress?
Yeah. I mean, we've had this conversation a shit ton off air. Just one thing before I forget it. As far as like the foods working for you and not, I will say in a surplus, like a big surplus where I have as much food as I can eat as I want, I found what foods work for me. Generally speaking, I'm not going to have too bad. I might err a little bit on the side of constipated, but when I say on the side of constipated, I'm talking like I'm going twice a day. So it's not constipation. Constipation is like you're not going for a day or two at a time. In a deficit is where I start having issues. I've tried having different vegetables in. I've tried every green that I can think of. I guess fruits or something in a deficit that I've not tried too much. But for me, it just seems like if I'm not giving my body a high volume of carbs, and one thing that would normally be a good fix for that would be like, okay, oatmeal. That's a good fiber. I can't do oatmeal. Like 20 grams of oatmeal and my stomach is fucked. And I've tried pretty high quality oatmeal. I've not tried the oatmeal you talked about the other day, the organic gluten-free. So maybe that's something in the future. But I find in a deficit, that is the one time where maybe this is where supplements, like a psyllium husk can be useful. But in an off season, like you should be digesting your food pretty well.
Everything you said was like exactly the same situation I have. Like off season, same here, twice a day, pretty much consistently. As soon as I wake up and hydrate, boom. And then usually the second time is like as soon as I get some caffeine in my system.
Yeah.
Like right before I go to the gym. Like it's pretty much like clockwork. And I do have a hefty serving of oatmeal at the end of the night, and that does play a role. One thing that I will say was different in my prep experience than yours is that I did have fruit in all the way through, and I was pretty regular. I would say I averaged 1 time a day during prep just because I'm eating less.
Okay.
But I will say, as far as the gastric speed for myself naturally being too fast, I also think that's why I lean towards a high protein diet, and I lean towards lots of vegetables and lots of potatoes, is because it wasn't that I'm just like a little bitch and I can't handle hunger. It's that my food would fucking just crank through me. I'd get heartburn. I would be so like, it would feel like it was through me in like 30
Acid.
minutes, and I'm just
Like
yes,
acid sitting here.
especially with Trent.
Yeah. But anytime I've had my protein lowered, like for example, on that 6-day or 7-day training break, whatever it was, my digestion actually felt worse because I had less protein, I had less carbs going through me. So that's an issue. But
Me too.
I don't know how we optimize that. And I'm hopeful too. That's an issue that will kind of. I mean, I know you got to answer for it, but I think that is something that kindly will naturally go up more because I notice each prep I have, my food at the end of prep gets higher and higher and higher. Which I don't know if that's going to be the case this time, but I'm guessing probably
for sure
have higher food. So,
all right, Bobby,
let us have it.
Do I have the floor?
Yes,
you do.
Drum roll. Okay. You know how you can also slow motility? Don't burn me at the stake for this one.
Okay.
What's the actual one macronutrient that's needed for brain health?
Fat.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
That also slows motility.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying to go 200 grams of
I know what
fat.
you
It's fucking hard.
Like 10 grams a meal or something.
Yeah, that will slow motility
I've never tried
significantly.
that. I don't think.
And I know bodybuilders are in the realm of, well, that's the only macronutrient that will get you fat. It's like, no, overconsumption of calories will get you fat.
And in a deficit, that's not a problem, obviously. You're not going to get fat.
Or in a surplus, it's not going to really be a problem either, as long as you keep it under control.
Yeah.
I kept a ground beef meal in every single day, all the way into prep.
Like I say, I'm low fat, but you know, on the days where I have Lantus in, I was probably having 75, 70 grams of fat. It's just no added fat outside of one meal at the end of the day. That's the only meal that I've added fat.
That's because your protein's so high, though.
Yeah.
You're getting plenty.
That's good. That's good.
I think it was 25 or something. At the end
my protein's like 200 grams less than your guys.
450.
I'd be starving on 200, man. When I think it was 300.
I'm 300.
Yeah. I think it was 300.
You probably have the best digestion out of us too.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell!
Definitely.
Listen,
definitely.
even my last mock prep, I was regular every single fucking day like clockwork. As soon as I wake up, maybe there was a couple days where I only went once, but it was at least 2 to 3 generally the whole fucking time. I kept fruits in the whole time. I had added fats in the whole time. My fats did not change. The only thing that changed was the carb amount.
On my last preps, that is where I was actually getting very low fat, like all white fish by the end. You know,
whey protein was thins the skin.
Yeah, right. It definitely doesn't because my skin was not thin. That's for fucking sure. So
it thins the skin. You know, the old school adage of you got to add in the prep drugs, and now it's time to add in the halos and the white fish and remove your protein powders and remove your veggies. You know, remove your fruits. Everything that's going to make digestion actually move.
Yeah,
and you got to also remember, if you're not pooping, that means you're using up all of the energy.
Oh no!
You're eating your poop.
You guys remember that?
I've not heard that. That's absurd.
You have not heard that one? Oh,
I don't think so. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard that one. People believe that shit back in the day, man.
Yeah,
people still believe it.
That's wild. And
there's a community of people that just have no one educated to listen to, so they're like into the fitness space, but they just watch like the most generic stuff ever. So they're never like, when I found Joe's channel, I was like, okay, finally, someone who's telling the truth.
Yeah,
the real truth.
There's so many bodybuilders that still they're like, you gotta eat your fucking only potatoes, rice, prima rice you can't have because it digests too quickly and it'll spike your blood sugar too quick. But the only carbs you can have are oats, potatoes, and rice, and that's it. And your other meals, you have to have 10 ounces of chicken, 10 ounces of beef.
Only 10?
And then, yeah, fucking, I know, surprisingly. This is for a 200-pound fucking bodybuilder.
Yeah, dude, I was on 12.
Fucking
my highest, I was 12 for around 200 pounds. I was on 12 ounces a day.
Oh.
Yeah, I loved it, but
I can put that shit down.
Oh.
Yeah, I did 16.
Oh, I could too. Hey, so I'm a huge eater. I have a fucking endless pit, but I also know how worthless eating that much food is.
Exactly.
I also think you got to hold on to that waistline.
Yeah.
Like fucking, that'll determine your career if you keep that waist.
And
I'll determine my career.
what was that?
I'll determine my career, not my waistline.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that, like, I'm honestly of the belief that, like, a lot of people who have, like, you know, for example, like a Brian Buchanan waist, I don't think there's much you can do to fuck that up. And, you know, you're not far away from a crazy small waist like that. Like, it's pretty close. I don't really think you could. You'd have to probably go out of your way to fuck it up. Like, constantly, like, brace in a poor way, you know, let it hang out all day, not do vacuums, you know, just intentionally not care about your digestion whatsoever for years.
A ton of visceral fat.
That too. Get really
just
heavy.
Leave it off.
I'd have to, like, do 20 IUs of growth hormone. I'd have to eat 7,000 calories.
At least. Maybe more.
Maybe more. Yeah, maybe more. And you know what? Just, like, get fucking, like, Dusty Hanshaw level fucking soft every single year. And then make sure that I'm having 3 free meals a week.
Oh, God.
Not my free meals. Not my actual cheat meals.
Like burger,
pizza.
Like burger and
pizza
fries
and
from
Ben and
McDonald's. Yeah, Ben and Jerry's, man. Ugh.
No, I'd have to go to McDonald's, get at least $40 worth of off the dollar menu.
Is that a thing?
Back when they had $1, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get
I used to do that shit. I used to get $20 to $30 off the fucking dollar menu. Then I'd drive to a fucking ice cream shop. Yeah.
Let me tell you some fat shit I used to do. Okay, so this was back when I was coaching myself for, like, I think, like, maybe a good 8-week cut before I got with my second coach. I would basically eat poverty calories all day, like 6 days a week. I'm talking like 1,000, maybe 1,100 calories. And then what I would do is on Saturday, that would be cheat night. And I say cheat night because sometimes I'd be so fucking hungry and I'd be anticipating that cheat day so much, I just wouldn't fucking sleep. I'd let the clock hit 12 and I'd just fucking start eating.
Yep.
I would go to McDonald's at 3 a.m. when they fucking opened up.
Oh my God.
And I would get the breakfast shit. I would just eat all day. It would be, you know, I'd hit up at least 3 restaurants that day. I'd have fucking sweets in between and whatever. And I lost weight doing it that way. But man, I'm sure my gut was a wreck. I was like a 19-year-old kid, so I'm sure you can only fuck it so
Chad
much.
Nichols special.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just doing egregious shit. Like, I'd buy whole cookie cakes and eat them. Like, man, it was fucking crazy.
I used to do that shit too, actually. When kind of when I first got into working out, I'd be like, oh, well, you know, The Rock has cheat days, so I'm gonna have a cheat day. I'd literally wait till fucking hit 12 a.m. and then I'm like, all right, I'm going in there fucking making French toast.
Bro.
I'm having a full fucking sugar syrup. Then I'll fucking go to bed, wake up, go to a place to actually get an actual breakfast.
Yeah.
And then just spend the entire day just eating fucking shit.
Bro, I would sometimes try to go to bed at like 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. whenever I got home, just so I could wake up and it'd be 12 o'clock. Oh man, crazy shit.
I don't feel alone right now. This is great.
Yeah. I did that probably for about 8 weeks there, and then I got with a coach and I wrote a regimented plan. So then it was still two cheat meals a week, and I would go pretty fucking balls out on those, but.
My first prep, what was it? I think I was pretty close to a fucking, I think it was a Carl's Jr. So during my, fasted walk, I'll just walk by the menu. I'd walk by the menu and look at it. I'll be real honest. I actually haven't been super regimented with like my free meals and stuff until maybe a year or so ago.
Same.
Before that, it was literally I've gone to the buffet, which is fucking terrible. I've gone to I'd go in Oregon. They have like a lot of food carts,
Okay.
So I'll go to like a food cart stand, and then I'd order like 3 different things of food carts and just eat till I was sick, and then I'd go throw up. And the only reason I'm throwing up is because I've eaten so much, and then I'm like, oh, I just made it right.
I can't throw up.
No, I can't either. That's crazy. The amount of similarities are fucking wild. We need to get a paternity test or some shit.
You ever get like that? You ever get that like upper abdomen, like where it's really painful? And you ever had like where you wake up in the night and you like almost like puke burp up stuff?
No, because I had so much car sickness as a kid. I eventually just kind of like, I guess, taught myself to never throw up. So I just can't fucking throw up now, no matter what. So like, I'm allergic to eggs. If I eat like a bunch, like if I were to go get a free meal and they have egg in the fried rice, I'm fucked. I'm gonna sit and I'm having.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, well, if it's a lot of egg, it would have to be a lot of egg, not a little bit. It'd have to be like, they'd have to overdo it, honestly. But basically, I just can't throw up. So I would have those crazy cheat meals, and there would just be a rock sitting on my stomach all day, and I would feel that shit. Eat more, still keep going.
Yeah, very similar.
I think everybody kind of has to go through a phase like that at least once, just to get it out of your system. Hopefully, it's just when you're young.
Yeah, you don't realize how many people have like eating disorders in the bodybuilding community, and it makes it more relatable. It's like trying to talk to someone with depression when you've never been through it yourself. It's very hard to feel for people who are depressed when you're like, I've been sad.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it's the same thing with bodybuilding. Like having some sort of a binge eating disorder or anorexia, like it's very common, and you can either make it, you can make it a superpower, or you can make it break you.
Yeah. You could probably list like 7 different eating disorders. I've probably had them all at some point. Anorexia, like my first diet ever, to get from like 200 pounds to like 115 or some shit. I just ate like 400 calories a day, like a packet of tuna and a protein shake. That was it. And then, the binging that we're talking about, and I've had it and worked through most of it. And I do think there's some people who definitely have it worse, but I think your mind is pretty powerful, and you can work through these things if you really give it an effort.
I don't think it's. I don't even think it's one of those things that like that you can, like, you definitely are able to.
Yeah.
If you do that positive self-talk and you work on everything, like I'll be the first to say, yes, I preach, starting off at lower doses. That's because I've done some decently high doses. When I say like, hey, like, opt for the more organic stuff, opt for making all your food at home. I've eaten all the fucking shit food. I've done a lot of the other stuff, and I've just seen the other side and how much better I feel and how much better like things are.
Yeah.
When I say how I feel, not just like gut wise, but my mental health is better. My mental clarity is better.
Huge.
Yeah.
I could, when I have free meals now, I don't feel like shit the next day. My stomach feels flat. I feel ready to work, right? Because Sunday mornings I always do my client work. I get right into it. I'm ready to fucking go. I'm not bogged down by what I did yesterday.
Yeah, my biggest thing was just not being in that secular phase too. Like, I would have a cheat meal, and I would think, it would do so much damage. I would gain 5, 6, 10 pounds of water the next day. I'd put on the sauna suit, try to sweat that shit off, or get in the sauna, or take a bunch of Epsom salt baths, or cut my carbs for the day. It's just not productive to have to do that shit. Now, there are obviously some things you can do the day after a cheat meal. Like, if you want to do a extra, let's say you normally just do a fasted walk that morning on a Sunday morning, you want to do like stairs instead. Not a bad idea. Just get you sweating a little bit more, but it shouldn't be something you really have to go out of your way to do.
Well, yeah. So I would agree to that too. It's like, that's where it becomes a mental health disorder.
Yeah.
Don't punish yourself.
Yeah.
No, do not, because don't try to make yourself feel guilty.
Yep.
Because a lot of these nowadays bodybuilders will say that, free meals are the devil, all this shit's the devil, and your blood glucose, all this data points that need to be fucking on point. Let me tell you something, 10 years ago, they didn't give a flying fuck about that, and they grew like fucking weeds. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't even think Ronnie Coleman knows what A1C is.
Why not?
I don't. You think Lee Priest gave a fuck about his blood sugar?
I'd love to see his blood sugar.
Bro, I'm just surprised he was a
Offseason.
diabetic. That's wild.
Maybe he was.
Like,
Yeah.
and they all grew like weeds, and there's plenty of other people that do. Yes, we do all this stuff to optimize our health. It's more for longevity purposes,
Yeah.
or for the sake of progress. But if it derails your progress to where you're so stressed out and you feel so guilty,
Yeah.
I don't think. I would say let's fix your mental health disorder first, and let's fix your relationship with food first. Like, it shouldn't be this all or nothing mentality either. It's like, if you're going to, I hear Joe P use this one all the time. If you're going to the Cheesecake Factory and ordering the whole menu,
Yeah.
that is not a free meal. That is gluttonous, and that is the exact opposite of what you need to be doing. Be present in the moment. Take your spouse out, go out with some friends, or have something at home with your kids or your family or whatever. You could be by yourself.
Yep.
But just also know when to put the fucking fork down.
Yes.
That's key.
I've
And
kind of like
what I like to do, I always like to go for minimum 15-minute walk after my free meal.
Yeah.
I like to go for 20 to 30, but minimum 15. And honestly, it feels nice. Like, you're moving stuff around. If you live in a sunny state, you're getting some sun.
Yeah, me and my wife will go like walk around the grocery store or something after. That's something we've done the past few times. I've progressed on this a bit. I think when we first probably started doing these, I was a bit more on the side of like never take them, right? And just like I didn't eat Christmas, for example. I'm a bit it's stupid. I'm a bit further away from that now. I think and Joe's kind of set the example for this, and he's really given me a good framework on how to think about this. And it's like, take them when there's a reason to. Right. And now if you're doing, and something that Dave talked about a lot on the One More Rep podcast is, the frequency of your doing the cheat meals should be the scale of the cheat meal. So like how you're doing, Bobby, you're doing them pretty much every week, but you're doing them at home, controlled. Exactly everything is measured, right? But if I'm of the opinion where like me and my wife enjoy to like go somewhere. We could, have some steaks at the house and stuff like that. We'll enjoy that a lot. But I know her, like, she would rather me take her out once a month to an actual restaurant than cook every week. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So if I have a reason, like a holiday, I don't want to say a birthday, but, like my wife's birthday, someone really important to me, their birthday, or my birthday. I'll be in prep during my birthday this year, actually, which will be funny. I told my wife to get me a chicken breast and put a candle on it. But if there's a reason to take a cheat meal, don't be afraid to take it and really eat and enjoy yourself. Just don't be gluttonous.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Don't make it about the food.
Exactly. Make it about the event.
Yeah. So, and because I watched one of the most recent podcast was on the One More Rep.
Yeah.
And they said, like, I don't know. I don't agree with this whole thing of like you should have to like earn and like feel like you won the cheat meal. It's like, you should feel like you're winning every fucking week.
Yeah.
I fucking nail them every fucking week. I don't feel like there's one week where I'm like, no, I didn't fucking win this week. I'm like, I progressed in the gym.
Yeah.
I progressed somewhere in life. I'm not doing it to be celebratory of that. I don't look at it like that. I'm like, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
This is something that I choose not to give up because I enjoy food.
You also know how to cook.
I enjoy all my food on my meal plan, but I also enjoy food off my meal plan too.
Yeah.
And I don't feel guilty because I'm not fucking stuffing my face.
Well, you also know that you're winning while doing that.
Yeah.
If you were looking like shit and you're going, I'm getting my meal, then there's something backwards there. You're doing fabulous while still doing it. So you're knowing, okay, this isn't taking my physique back 10 notches every time I do it.
And one really important thing too, before I forget about it, I am sure that because of how you do your cheat meals and how you plan them, your overall calories for the week are probably a bit lower, right? Like not crazy amount, but they're probably a bit lower.
I think, it probably evens out to about the same, probably.
Okay. Like, but for me personally, even if I cooked my stuff at home, Like the thing that I would want to have, for me personally, if I were to take one every week, my baseline calories would probably be a little lower. Not a lot, maybe like 500 calories or something like that. But to me, I enjoy my diet food so much. I want to have as much base plan food as I can. So that's another reason that I don't prefer to do them every week. Once a month is probably a pretty good frequency for me that I'll be going with next off season, and probably not even once a month, probably just like when there's an event. But I would say most of us have something happen once a month that we could justify a cheat meal over.
Well, let's not even look at it like justifying it.
Yeah.
That's no that breeds more mental health problems. Like,
Yeah.
I get to justify cheating on my diet. It's not cheating. It's in your plan.
Yeah.
You can take it if you want to.
Yeah. It's
You don't
just
have to. You can.
That's what I'm saying. But for me, I'm a very all or nothing person, right? So if I'm
No. Stop saying that.
It's just how I'm
Because
wired,
you're
man.
speaking.
I'm trying to change
This
it.
is no. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy right here. Because I have been in that same thing. I'm all or nothing. I'll die for this sport. I'll do whatever the fuck I want, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to be that way. If you stop telling yourself those things and be like, you know what? I have control. You are so disciplined in so many aspects of your life. Why is that the one where you're like, I have to go all out?
And that's what has changed over the past couple of months is I have been
Right.
able to mature into that mindset a bit more. I suppose maybe it's just that fear that I'll go back to my old ways. That's probably what a lot of it is. And that's probably pretty unjustified for me to feel that way because I don't think I'll ever go back to going to McDonald's at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that subconscious fear of retreating into your old ways, probably, is what it is.
I'll say this: don't even go to McDonald's. Don't
No,
go to fast food.
I haven't been to McDonald's
No.
since 2019. No.
I think fast food. I'll say that fast food is the fucking devil.
Yeah, it can be for sure.
But here's the thing: if you want to go out and like take your wife out,
Sushi.
yeah, if you want to, you can still go to a steakhouse.
We just don't have good steakhouses
You could-
around here is the problem.
Well, sushi. You could go to a sandwich shop. You could get a lettuce wrap if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You could bring your own bread, your own sourdough bread, and fucking have a club sandwich if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's the act of going and doing something out of the norm and giving back to the ones that care about us.
Yeah. Like a lot of the free meals that I would probably have next off season would be like us going to my parents' house. My mom makes sourdough bread. They've got chickens, animals, everything. So like it'll be a home cooked meal with them, that kind of thing.
And really, I think something that also helps: drink water while you're having it. Drink cold
yeah.
water.
Yeah.
So I think because this actually used to be a problem that I had is
Hey, Chris.
I'd have like an empty pit of me and my son because I don't drink water when I have my meals. So I used to do that with my free meals too, is not have any water.
Hey, Chris, can you flip that
But
out?
your hunger,
Oh, shit.
It's all good.
your hunger is still going to be there, and it's going to be like, oh my god, I have this empty pit where it's like now
Yeah.
I have a whole liter of cold water.
Yeah.
And honestly, in between the free meal, get up and move around a little bit.
I try to go to the bathroom.
The reason why I say that,
yeah.
well, the reason I say that is because it's going to actually signal to your brain, hey, I'm satisfied. I don't need any more.
Yeah.
So we're on the subject of free meals, Chris.
Oh, shit. Okay. Nice.
So how do you, just going right to how do you kind of structure your free meals right now? You're in a cruise right now, or are you going into what's your current phase?
So I just started my blast now for
I thought
off season. But yeah, so for my free meals, I just have them once a week. I prefer honestly to just have them at home, just because I don't want to have any digestion issues. And just when you go out, there's so much added fat and bullshit and oils and stuff you can't really avoid. But I have a fiance, so we go out maybe once a month or so, and I'll just pull. I have it as my last meal, and I'll just usually pull 2 meals, and then just pick something that's not going to mess my stomach up. So I'll just do like teriyaki, nothing fried, or sushi, something like that. Just keep it really basic.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I used to go crazy. Like I used to
Oh,
eat literally, it would just be like a competition, like however much I could eat.
yeah.
And it was just stupid. It was like we'd get, dessert. We'd go to a Safeway bakery, get a bunch of shit there, and then go to like get fast food. And
Yeah.
it was just a binge at the end of the day. That's really what it was.
It's funny.
I got away
talking
with
about
it.
that. We were talking about like all of us here have had that experience of like having cheat days at some point. So you're right on target.
Well, if it was, I would like justify it in my head. I'm like, well, this is still the same meal, I haven't stopped eating, so I'd like pile all this shit and like get it ready, and just it was just not
if it's
productive at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If it's in within 2 hours, right? That's what they used to say.
Oh yeah.
If it's in within 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you got to fucking cram that shit in quick.
Yeah.
Was it ice cream shop 30 minutes away? That's too far.
Was it Dante Trudell who had programmed in like once a week, 2 hours as much as you can physically eat or something like that? There's somebody like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
That might have been John for
Very challenge.
Yeah. This is kind of an interesting So an interesting thing that just kind of cropped into my mind there. I heard this on the Unracked podcast, I think it was. What do you guys think the difference in the average of conditioning is in an off season today compared to say in the 90s?
Yeah.
It's fucking
night
and day. Yeah.
10%.
Yeah. Legit. Of body fat. Like 10%, like 10% versus 20%. Easily.
Well, let's think about this. In the old days, they said, you got to wear the oversized clothes because you can't let anybody see you.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
That's because it didn't look pretty.
No.
Mm-hmm.
All they worried about. And back then, I guarantee they didn't give a fuck about A1C.
Fuck no. This is a powerlifting thing. This is a powerlifting thing, not a bodybuilding thing. But I remember fucking Dave Tate was talking about JM. I think it was JM Blakely. They were talking about eating a chocolate bar every hour to keep their blood sugar purposefully fucking high or something absurd. So
Jesus.
Yeah.
Listen, Dave Tate's okay.
Is an animal.
I will say this for anyone out there. Do not take Dave Tate's advice on nutrition.
Fuck no. I think he would say that.
This dude purposely, well, he would brag about like he would do like a 40-pound gain in over a weekend.
Bloat maxing.
What is wrong with you, brother? He's like, do like ramen noodles with the full sodium packet. Like,
yeah. You want to talk about
purposely jacking up.
Yeah. Sodium and shit.
I was just going to say purposely jacking up blood pressure for strength.
Exactly. You want to talk about people who are actually like legit willing to die on the platform for this shit? Old school powerlifters, dude. They didn't fuck around.
Yeah, and no one knows who they are.
Yeah.
When Dave Tate did that like bloat experiment, like he did that diet with Justin Harrison. He wanted to gain like as much weight as possible, and I think Justin literally had him sign an agreement like, if you fucking die because of this, like I'm not liable.
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, and then John Meadows had to trick him into like actually getting in shape. Because he just said 10 more pounds, 10 more pounds, 10 more pounds, and then it's like after he went crazy on his rebound, after that 10 more pounds, 10 more pounds, 10 more pounds, he was like, motherfucker, I'm back up to 30 pounds where I was. So if I didn't get here, then I would have been even fatter, but it actually put him where he needed to be. He shouldn't have ate like that, obviously, but to a degree, someone's going to do that.
Think about the fucking mental health disorder that is, right? It's like, I'm going to go so crazy on this rebound that I'm just going to completely fuck up. It's not even a rebound. That is what they used to call a rebound, actually.
Yeah.
Where you just gain a fuck ton of fat and water.
Yeah.
But if you look at Dave Tate on his podcast now, you can see the blood pressure just fucking boiling off.
Yeah. Some guys are just red, though, which I don't think Dave falls into that category. Like,
no, those hands tell a different story.
True. Yeah, I think I will say this, I think he's doing everything he can now to make up for it, but it's like, I don't think he has any regrets, which, good for him. I think he accomplished a lot. Like, out of all the powerlifters, he's definitely, like, in my top 5 favorite. Especially the old
school. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll say this. He did things the right way with business.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He did. Hell yeah, he did.
Everyone knows what Elite FTS is. Everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a good dude, honestly.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Yeah. And he's trained he obviously was primarily a powerlifter, but he's trained with a lot of really good bodybuilders too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's because he was really good friends with Meadows, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Meadows brought so much of the good shit from powerlifting to bodybuilding. Like, I think a lot of that banding and some chains.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Different type of like mobility exercises and certain aspects of programming and split design, Meadows implemented for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Meadows was also a proponent of Anson.
What is it? A bottle or two bottles of Serostim a day or some shit?
No. What do nowadays bodybuilders think is the fucking devil, the macronutrient?
Fat. Oh yeah,
Fats.
Big fat. Yeah.
I know.
Hey man, if I ever mature my physique enough to the point where I can eat higher fat and not get fat, I would love it because I enjoy that food. Like I love avocado, I like salmon, I fucking love nut butter. I could literally live on nut butter easily. Like on those binge days that we were talking about earlier, a jar of peanut butter was in the fucking conversation for sure. Absolutely.
You guys ever heated up your peanut butter?
Oh, dude, come on, yeah.
I'm sure I have it.
PB&J.
Still do.
Oh,
dude, grilled PB&Js are the fucking best.
I thought no one tried that. That's insane.
So good.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
French toast PB&J.
I can't do
Yeah.
I have not tried that, but that does sound good.
I have that after every show. That's the one thing I crave.
Okay, so on the topic of kind of cheat meals, then what's you guys like go to post show meal?
Sushi.
Yeah.
Pizza.
Was it pizza?
What was that?
Pizza.
That's a good
man.
one. That's a good one. I've done the same thing both times. I went because there was a all you could eat. First it was Chinese, but they had sushi, which is always kind of skeptical, right? But you should probably not eat that shit. I'm sure I was paying for it the next day. And then the second show there was an actual Japanese all you could eat buffet right beside the hotel we stayed at. So that's what I did both times.
Nice.
And then I had a bunch of like protein snacks because I was into that shit back then. So I would have like the legendary foods and all that bullshit.
Oh,
should have just had actual Pop-Tarts. Probably would have been better.
Yeah, it wouldn't wreck your stomach as much, probably.
Yeah.
You know what one I think is the worst is those Lenny and Larry's cookies.
Dude, I used to eat that shit in high school.
Fuck your stomach up so bad.
I'd probably have four. I'd probably have 4 of them motherfuckers a day back in high school, dude.
Heat them up a little bit.
Get protein in.
Yeah, man. What are they, like 16 grams of protein for 700 calories?
Yeah.
What about those Clip bars? You guys remember those?
The healthy bar.
Or Builder bar.
I'm like
or the Gatorade ones.
That was actually good. I'm like a junkyard
chocolate bar.
Yeah, I'm like a junkyard dog though. You could literally throw me anything with like a peanut flavor on it, and I'll fucking eat it.
Yeah.
You know what's actually a solid one? And I'll actually put this in lifestyle people's plans is RX bars.
They are good.
I love those. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dude.
Well, no, for my health aspect too, it's like if I was going to have someone have a protein bar, that's the one I'd actually have them have.
Okay. These are probably the opposite of good for you, but dude, the Quest cookies are actually fucking fire, especially the peanut butter ones, because it's basically just fucking really processed peanut butter that they roll up into a cookie shape. Love that shit.
Never tried them.
I actually had one of those my last cheat meal before starter prep. I had.
Have you guys? Sorry to interrupt. I was just gonna say, have you guys had those Built bars? They're like a marshmallow texture.
My wife loves those. I'm not a huge fan.
I've never had them. I've seen them.
They're different.
Yeah, they're different. That's they're not bad. They're different.
You're really selling them there.
Yeah,
they are. It's like I've never had a protein bar like that before. It's very different.
Yeah, it's like marshmallow. It's almost like what are those little Jiffy marshmallow things?
Yeah.
The little they're like chocolate on the outside, marshmallow on the inside.
My wife had a sour peach flavored one. I had a small bite of, and I was like, I don't know how to fucking feel about this.
Yeah,
it was strange. But I used to be all about that shit, like the protein bars. Like I would eat a lot of real whole food, but I would also have a ton of that stuff alongside it. Because coming up, Rich Piana being a big influence. If I could eat 10 times in a day, I'd fucking do it in high school. That's how I got fat.
Bro,
Bobby's coming.
Rich Piana and his fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you, this man wouldn't fucking season his egg whites, but he'd have a pint of Ben and Jerry's ice cream until I wrote how hardcore he is.
I know.
Every fucking day.
It's a funny concept.
It's like, bro, You can put fucking salt and pepper on your egg whites, dude. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, man, what a character. Do we have anybody in the industry like that? Like, I think maybe the Trank twins were kind of close, but they not to the same level.
Yeah, Sam Sula kind of brought like the
same kind of aspect.
I'd say, yeah, like I think he's the closest one we have to just like someone's just raw and doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. He's just not as much of like a character, you know what I'm saying?
I just hate that he brought the chocolate milk to the teenagers.
Oh my fucking God.
That shit pisses me off at the gym. They're all like walking around with their fucking 4 liters of chocolate milk. Like they all look like shit.
And
I hope they're listening.
The fucking acne from that shit too.
Hey,
they all have acne.
Just let them let's just let them have it though, because we all did dumb fucking shit too.
I did it too. That's probably why.
Like we drank egg whites. You know. Hey,
you remember how
we've all done stuff in the pursuit of trying to get fucking big because we think
big muffin.
This is
that was mine.
Yeah.
There you go.
You remember how I said I'm allergic to eggs? I knew this, but at the same time, eggs will get you jacked, right? So multiple times throughout my life, especially in high school, I would just try to drink egg whites, and I'd just be fucking just knifing my stomach for like a day at a time, and I 4 weeks would go by. But it's going to be different this time. These ones are higher quality. These ones cost more. It's going to work. But no,
you guys ever do mass gainer?
The brown ones.
Oh yeah. These are duck
mass gainer powder.
Oh dude, mass gainer powder. I made my own.
Mutant mass.
Yeah. I think I had that once, but I would like make my own big shake, like bananas, peanut butter, oats, whey, really shitty quality whey back then. Maybe strawberries. If I was lucky, probably not, honestly.
If you're feeling healthy, throw in the strawberries.
If they're in your parents' fridge.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Star way.
Yo, I got
muscle milk.
Six star is the worst bullshit.
The
I remember 6 Star, I was taking the creatine tablets they had as a kid. And I remember one time I saw like 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers just in my stool. So from that point forward, I was like, okay, there's probably something wrong with this product. And I was not taking 5 or 6 of them a day. And I've always been someone who goes more than once a day. So
they're lodged in there for 4 days.
I'm like, something's not right with this. And then from that day forward, I have the biased opinion of I think any form of creatine outside of powder is probably bullshit. Now, it's not 2016, 2015 anymore, so I'm sure they've advanced, but I'd still probably do the powder in most cases.
It still blows my mind that people try getting vitamins or like their supplements through fucking gummies. Are you guys 5 years old? What's my mind? I creatine gummies. I'm like, God damn, dude, come on.
Yeah, I just don't like the powder. It doesn't taste perfectly amazing.
Dude, they have flavored creatine now, by the way. I didn't know that was a fucking thing until I taught weightlifting in high school. I'm like, you guys do this shit?
Oh.
They have flavored creatine? Oh my God. Start it with your intro. Yeah. That's crazy the shit they come out with, man.
Very off topic, but a real topic. I'm curious. What's your guys' thoughts on GH thickening the skin?
I think it absolutely does.
100%.
To the degree it does, different story. But like, for example, if I had a guy that came to me and said, I want to do classic, I only want to do classic, and he had the shape of like a Kyrie Cooper, I'd be like, all right, yep, you're never fucking touching growth. Maybe if you do, like less than 4.
Yeah.
I think my number's like more like 6, but I agree.
Yeah, it depends obviously like on the person, but I think for most people, like for most people, 6 is you're gonna start being in like actual bodybuilding doses by then. I would say 6 to 8.
Yeah, that seems to be where things really start changing. Like even like facial structure, your hands and feet and shit. So I'm assuming obviously that translates into your skin. I mean that's an organ.
Yeah.
So
unless you talk to all the people in the fucking early 2000s, they couldn't do more than 3 or 4.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you hear Jay talking about doing what was it, like 2 Cerastims a day or something crazy.
Yep.
And I think I'm not sure if Ronnie did, but I heard stories of Ronnie doing the same shit.
Actually, did you guys hear about Seth on Niles' podcast talking about how Kai Green was doing cycles that scared the rest of the
5 or
industry?
6 grams.
I believe it.
Yeah.
How many grams?
5 or 6.
I mean, obviously it's a lot, but like
it's feasible. It's feasible. Like
whatever it takes.
I can think of that. Like, okay, 3 grams of test,
Yeah, exactly.
a gram of this, a gram of that, or 2 grams of test, a gram of mash, gram of primo, gram of deca, something like that. Like, it's feasible.
You think he was doing a gram of primo?
No, fuck no. Probably
I think it was more like a gram of EQ.
Might be putting in orals too.
He was probably doing
like a lot of milligrams.
That's fair.
I've heard a lot of the top pros use like, I don't know if it's true, but I've heard this was in like 2022 or something like that. Bonac, one of his cycles, like for one of his preps, like at 16 weeks out, it was like 100 milligrams of Anadrol a day, like, and they'd ramp up from there. So like, then he said he didn't do that. It was like he came to a coach at that time who was talking about it, like he's trying to get him off of that but in previous like prep, that's what he's always done. Is just like that was really common back then, apparently.
Or like 2 orals at 100, not that crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it started at 100, and then obviously go. I don't know where the fuck they go from there. But
my thought process though with that is how are they maintaining liver health and actually able to burn fat? That'd be my thought process.
Well, he used to not get as peeled, I think, too.
Fair, yeah.
Genetic freaks. Well, Kai Green is fucking peeled though.
Yeah,
Kai Green have
absolutely, yeah. Kai probably like
Kai's a workhorse too.
Yeah, we're not saying it's true or not. Yeah. But let's say he was doing 5 grams. If he was, probably like 3 grams of test, 2 grams of EQ, some shit like that. Cheap, simple.
Yeah. And he'd be in the gym for like 5 hours a day. I heard too. Like his workouts were like 3 hours long and fucking 2 hours of cardio on top of that.
His fucking warm ups are 3 hours.
Posing.
Yeah.
Yeah, warm ups on the fucking stairs alone. I'd be done.
Yeah.
He's like drenched. Wait, he was like on there for like 45 minutes drenched. He's like, all right, now let's get the workout.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do some posing and cardio after.
Well, no, then he'd stretch and then he would go fucking train. It's just
So Oscar Arden was his old coach. That was the one who was pushing the cycles from.
Oh yeah.
So let's think about those Jersey guys.
Yeah.
I actually think it's probably more like 2 grams of test, gram of trend, maybe a gram of EQ, maybe some mint.
Really? Okay.
I don't know.
I bet you they put something in there for their joints, like deck. You know, like
they
protect the joints.
Yeah.
You need a gram of Deca so that your joints feel nice and watery.
Yeah. What's his face?
Probably he needed it.
There was a really popular coach who he supposedly was like a really good guy. He would coach people for free. John O'Regan, that's who it was.
Another high dose guy.
He did some crazy.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy, and I think that's kind of that Jersey area, right? Or maybe he was California.
Yeah.
I thought he was New York.
Something like that.
Yeah,
because he was Beatty's coach.
Yeah,
and Boston at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. When you give out cycles that make Boston look think twice, you got some shit going on.
Yeah. It's an old guy.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
So, I mean, no offense if you guys do this with anybody or have done in the past, but like, what do you think about when the guys say like, "Oh, I need to have Deca in, or I need to have something in for my joints"? Why not just fucking change your movement patterns, or something needs to change about your training? It's not like Deca's not going to solve a joint issue. I'm sorry, but like,
I totally agree.
If they wanted it to be a compound thing, I'd be like, okay, well, let's check your E2. Let's see where that's at, right?
Just 1 sec, lads.
Yeah, and then if not that, training pattern. Or here's an idea: take a fucking 3-day break off the gym, 4-day break off the gym. Give yourself a break.
So, no, they're going to stop growing, obviously.
I'm going to shrink. I can feel it.
If they believe that they fucking need something for their joints, or they need a certain compound for the reason that compound's not designed for, then they're obvious. They're not thinking clearly. They're not going to think, oh, let me just take some time off the gym, or let me change my movement pattern. Like, no, I need to do this new movement pattern because Jay Cutler or Ronnie Coleman or Dorian Yates did this exact movement pattern.
Yeah.
And if I don't do this, I'm not going to grow. Meanwhile, Chris, answer me this. Do they not look like shit most of the time?
What's that? Oh, yeah. Every time.
Yeah, every single fucking time. Every single fucking time. Like,
usually.
Yeah, when you're not even connecting your intended muscle because your joints are so fucked.
They're tearing their shit. They got different nerve issues going on. The left side of their body's atrophied, like from actual nerve damage. Like
their brain's atrophied from fucking all the Deca.
I like Deca. Like, don't get me wrong.
Oh, I do too.
I don't mind having it in a cycle. Like, I would rather run, like, if you give me a gram and a half, 2 gram cycle, I would rather split it between test EQ Deca than just test an EQ or just test an.
Oh,
Yeah, if I had to pick
for
two,
sure.
it'd probably test an EQ because of the E2 management, but that's an aside. I enjoy Deca, but, like, did my joints feel better on it? Yeah, because I was holding a bit more water, but like my joints didn't feel bad to begin with. I felt like I had a bit of cushion, but that's with any, watery
Yeah.
compound like an anadrol,
So-
a D-ball, more test, anything.
Would you think if you had the same milligrams in the same E2 level on just test and EQ, do you think that do you think your joints would feel the same, or do you think that DECA has like any protective properties in itself?
It's tough.
for
to
sure
say.
does.
I've not used it enough. I've only used it like 1 or 2 off seasons, so like I need more time with it. And like I've never run just test an MPP or test an EQ like Brad has. I've
Yeah.
always had an EQ in it, and I've noticed EQ drives me out a lot because it nukes my E2. So it's tough to say. I'm not 100% sure sold
Yeah.
either way.
So I'm on a tested MPP cycle. I have a little bit other stuff sprinkled in there, but there's no other injectables. I mean, it for sure does help with joints. Isn't that what they prescribed Deca for in the first place?
It is now.
It is, yeah.
I think it was 50 milligrams.
It's like anywhere from 50 to
Yeah.
I've seen 200, but that's probably
Well,
Well, I'm
I
pretty
heard
sure they originally used this for horses.
I've seen it prescribed to people.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
saying the original use,
Oh,
like the original reason it's created.
Oh,
I
can't-
think,
I
I,
honestly
I
don't
think
know
it was
I
just.
thought it was an analog of female birth control actually when they
Oh,
tweaked it into a steroid.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
beautiful.
I know that is more common, and yeah,
That's why a lot of the side effects that people get are like emotional issues because it's similar to what women experience with like progesterone problems. And all I was going to say is I heard somewhere that DECA was the only one that actually gave the joint benefits, and that apparently NPP doesn't have the same joint properties.
That's
Don't know how
crazy.
true that is.
so just
that
the
doesn't make any
ester
sense.
changing it, yeah, that's interesting, but
I don't know.
I guess that's probably
I-
because they fell into that old camp of long esters hold more water. That's probably what that comes from.
It's a good.
Maybe they fell in
Yeah.
the camp of doing MPP once a week or once
That
every
too.
2 weeks, like they did Deca.
There you
Like,
go.
so this doesn't do shit for your joints.
Yep.
although NPP, like, I mean, it is a shorter ester obviously than DECA, but it's not as short as like we traditionally think. A lot of people think it's not like Prope or anything like that. It's not that.
No.
It's a lot closer to like an enanthate as far as like half life. But
Yeah.
and I also remember hearing Scott Stevenson mention something though about EQ, that it actually promotes has
Collagen
it was
synthesis. I think,
has more collagen synthesis than DECA.
I think even
It
Primo.
does.
I-
It's like
obviously-
300%.
Yeah, but obviously if your estrogen's crashed, it doesn't fucking matter. Like
Yeah, that's the fine line I have to play with it. Like how we did my off-season cycle last time. My off-season cycle last time was it was a gram of test and 600 EQ for like a big chunk of it, and then I think maybe like 6 to 8 weeks, so not a big chunk of it. And then after 6 to 8 weeks, we plugged in MPP. My joints definitely felt way better once we plugged in that MPP, but I could tell my estrogen was starting to kind of get bottomed out as that EQ was building up. And for me, I feel like that's about 6 weeks is about how long it takes for me to feel like the full effects of EQ.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That's about how long I feel it to clear as well. Cause like, or maybe 5 weeks to clear. Cause my cruise was 6 weeks. And right at the end was when I really started to notice like a drop off in endurance and overall performance.
Yeah. Well, I'll be able to report back on the MPP or just DECA on
Yeah.
its joint protective properties here, because this will be the highest I've ever ran it, and my joints felt like shit leading into this. So
Okay.
hopefully,
Yeah.
that'll help. I've obviously like reduce volume and all that, and but I'm curious to see if I notice anything from it.
Yeah.
I love DECA.
Yeah.
I've
What
never
have you
actually,
like?
I've
you
never
ran
run
it?
long DECA before.
How long have I ran it, or what milligrams?
Yeah, just like what's your experience overall? Like how long have you ran it, doses, and like your experience overall?
I ran it at 520 a week for like 20 weeks straight. It just
Oh, wow.
landed on that because of the way I was injecting it, but
Yeah.
I love it. Like I think it's the best mass building drug that there is. Like
That's fair.
the nitrogen retention is like special.
Yeah.
I can't say I got any benefit on like the joint thing because I don't really have joint issues, but you're definitely watery. But yeah, it's a strong compound for strength. Like I enjoy it. Anson and I talked about this before, but people will talk about the negative mental sides. And I experienced that a little bit when I was running it, but I also think like your lifestyle factors plays a huge role in like that, you know, dopamine sort of serotonin thing that's going on with it, where you're sort of like in this blah feeling all the time.
Yeah.
I ran MPP this year just simply because I couldn't source DECA, and I wasn't smoking a whole bunch of weed, so I think that played a bigger role in my mental being more stable, right? But I wish you luck. I think part of the reason why you might have the joint issues is being so fucking lean, dude.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's
I can't get my estrogen up. That's what I'm working on, getting that up right now.
Yeah, I remember
too.
you talking about it in your log.
track.
What was it, like 6 or 16 or something?
7.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
And that was on no AI.
Yeah.
That's on 250 test and 1500 IU HCG 3 times a week, and then it's still bottomed out. So
Did you ever come to
I had
like
a D-ball in now though. So.
I was about to say D-ball.
Yeah.
Love D-ball.
So I'm on a Gamma test and I'll have to look. Yeah, Gamma test and 500 DECA right now, plus the 20 milligrams of D-ball. Although on leg day I did take 40. So.
Yeah, dude, D-ball's strong as shit. Like honestly,
That's awesome.
as low as 5 to 10 milligrams, like directly pre-workout, you're gonna feel that shit.
So that's the thing. Like in the past, I've had only good experiences from it. Like almost like a euphoric feeling. Honestly, like I just felt really good.
Yeah.
Strong as shit. The pumps were just like painful. But this time, like I don't know if the shit's underdosed or if it's not actually D-ball. Like I've used the same source forever, but it's just not. I don't know if it's because my estrogen was just so fucking far down. Like if I'm not getting this response, but yeah, it's not hitting like it has in the past, to be honest. So I'm hopefully maybe another week or so it really starts to kick in.
I think a lot of that feeling from that D-ball comes when the regular estrogen kind of combines with the methyl estrogen from the D-ball, and you notice a similar. I've used a good chunk of mint my past off season. You get a similar feeling with that too. With mint, you're just gonna have fucking high everything, E2, all over the fucking place. But that probably is why. And quick side topic on that. So if there's no way for you to get your estrogen elevated in a cruise to a healthy range, because I think we could probably agree having 6 estrogen or 7 estrogen, probably. Do we think that's bad for health long term or no?
Not good.
I would say so.
Not good for your brain. Like I can tell big time.
So at that point, sorry to interrupt. Do you think almost it is a situation where like an elevated cruise where bumping your test just a little bit higher starts to come into play? Maybe if you can't get it up with like DHEA, HCG, anything.
I was about to say HCG is mine.
Because you tried that.
I had HCG. Yeah, I had HCG and 1500 IU 3 times a week or every other day. So
that's plenty.
Like I was doing a lot on purpose. But yeah, I'm gonna have to just keep playing around with it, see if I can get it up. I've been talking to Bobby about it a lot too, adding just more fats in general in my diet. Okay. Hopefully that'll help with some of the conversion.
Smoke some weed.
Yeah, I smoke weed. I haven't not smoked weed for years. But awesome. I only smoke it before bed. Like I get all my shit done. Like I'm laying in bed watching some Netflix and I'll hit a dab.
How frequently are you injecting?
Every day.
I was doing once a week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we're trying everything.
Because like leading into that, when I was on when I was finishing up last, I was on 1.2 grams of test, 500 DECA, and 200 EQ, and then my estrogen was 7 on that. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I need to get it up on this cruise. So I'll just inject once a week, but I guess I'm just gonna keep playing around with. I mean, maybe I have to put my test dose.
One thing I found with people that have that situation where they can't get their estrogen up, it seems to be that like once you do get it to increase, it won't be an issue. But it's almost like you have to like kickstart it in a way. I know that sounds like
Yeah.
bro logic, but
No.
I know Paul had a similar thing where he had crushed his, and it seemed like he couldn't get anything to get it going again. And then once it started, every dose was sort of normal again.
Mm. He went
Sounds
against. He took D-ball.
He did the D-ball, yeah, for sure, happily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost wonder because as much as I love D-ball, probably can't cruise on that.
Yeah.
It's just like, so if that, hopefully you're able to just get it to chill and not be a problem anymore. But I wonder if maybe as we get bigger, that's just kind of something that happens. Maybe our body gets more efficient at using the conversion process of the test. There's not as much estrogen left over, blah, 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 whatever the reason is. And maybe we require just a little bit more. I don't know.
God damn it!
And fats as well.
Higher drug.
No, but here's the thing, though. I'm about to say this. This is something you'll like. I also think that the bigger we get, the more fats we do need. Because typically the bigger we get, the leaner we're going to stay. And I think at that point, our body, we probably do actually need to push the fats up a bit higher just to get things to stick.
Well, and fats actually do help us convert hormones properly.
Okay, so that does still have exogenous. That's not just endogenous.
Yes,
it's endogenous as well.
Okay, well,
you're not shooting enough grapeseed oil to get all your fats.
I'm not fucking making any endogenous anything, but
Yeah, I'm fucking not there.
You got to think. Not only is testosterone, like testosterone's important, obviously, but we get that exogenously, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
progesterone and estrogen, we actually do need to create that ourselves because we're not shooting up fucking estrogen.
Fuck
no. I don't want to do that.
Fuck no. That's right up there.
Could you imagine fucking figuring out that dosing?
No.
I don't even know any coach out there that I'd even consult about that.
Fuck it, man. No.
Maybe Jason Theobald?
Which is really weird.
I'd do mint before I did that shit. I'd cruise.
I know a pretty well-known coach that does it. But
probably Alex Keekle, if I had to guess. You don't have to confirm it or not, but
yeah.
I would
I mean, I saw him, but I can see him doing that, though.
He's talking about that openly. I think it's the dumbest shit ever, but to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we could honestly just figure out how to make our bodies really be efficient and use what we're actually putting into it correctly. Okay, so let me put my tinfoil hat on here a second as well. Maybe all the fucking microplastics that are consumed on a daily basis too also lower or really mess up our conversion of estrogen.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the opposite.
Yeah.
Lower our tests, which in turn means less estrogen.
Well, we see like
no. Hold up.
I don't fucking know.
Lower hormones in general.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that if we're taking it exogenously, obviously, the fats and stuff, then obviously all of our environment plays into everything. But I would just think we're taking so much of that into our own hands. And it would be one thing, too, if he hadn't tried, HCG, everything. But when you're trying everything like that, I don't know. And then what can we even do? Because I'm sure you're on your shit about all that as well. So it's just tough.
Yeah, I'm starting taking the DHEA now. Yeah, I'm getting blood work now, like a full panel every 8 weeks now, and I'll be probably getting estrogen every 4. So I'll have a lot of data to share with you guys. So
in the meantime,
we'll see how it works.
You can have a lot of fun with D-ball.
Yeah,
dude, I miss D-ball. I might throw a little bit in next offseason.
It gives me hella gyno. I can't do it.
Oh, really?
I'm good if I don't go over 25.
What's the fun in that, though?
I mean, 12 and a half twice a day to me kicks like a fucking mule in terms of strength in the gym. Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you guys ever tried T-ball?
No, I've never.
Ball? No. It's one I haven't tried. You have tried it, Bobby?
I've heard it's garbage. Good. Really? I've heard it's like a dry D-ball.
No, it was fucking terrible. It was a waste of my money.
Like premium acetate tabs.
Well, it was like Chris, because me and Chris were friends back this. I was kind of telling my cycles, and it was like you'd stay on one compound for 8 weeks, and you'd switch it to another compound. It's fucking retarded.
The old school shit.
So it's like, we started with Anabar, and the last 8 weeks we'll do T-ball. No, I mean, I think cyclists use T-ball.
Yeah, it's a performance. It's commonly used in sports.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
like,
it's
like
sort
in
of
the Olympics.
Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Hmm. You see that
Yeah,
that
it was
enhanced
not.
games coming up?
They've been talking about that for years now, haven't they?
I think it's coming up.
All be
I
the
think
same
it's soon.
people.
Okay,
It's all gonna be
The
the same people.
probably. Yeah,
I think the Mountain is actually in it or something. One of those guys.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
I mean, hey, anything
Yeah,
that's going to
same name.
bring more light to PEDs and how they may not be the devil
Yeah.
everybody thinks they are, I'm down for.
Well, I mean, it's just going to be out in the open now.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
every
and it's also it's going to really show, I think, though, how much the drugs really don't help.
Yeah.
Because I think that the elite are still going to be the elite. Like none of the records are going to be beaten. You say
Yes.
both sides get beaten, and then people are like, "What?" Like,
yeah.
You guys are on drugs too. Just let you know. I hope it just push light on that too.
Like they literally do not even test for HGH in the NFL. They don't, because they know their athletes need to use it to stay healthy and make them money.
Are they
They're
going to
also
test for it?
told when they're getting tested.
They test for your regular anabolics and shit, but they're not getting tested for GH specifically.
They all
Yeah.
they don't do this.
Well,
They're like, hey,
No,
just let you guys know, like, make sure you're either like going to pass or just don't show up.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying, Bobby.
Like the only time that you hear somebody getting popped is when they do something fucking negligent, like using EQ or DECA, like a really long ester. They're probably doing very short esters most of the year, and then they're told when to be off so the clearance time and blah 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 blah. Or if they fuck up and it's a really big athlete, like they're not taking LeBron James out of the fucking NBA for missing a test. They're not doing it.
That's why that's what sometimes why they miss stuff.
Oh yeah,
They get fined, fuck ton of money.
Yeah. Which
the hole goes pretty deep.
It's a fuck ton of money, but to them it's like, oh, this is 3/4 out of my pocket.
Yeah, literally. It's like a fine Chipotle.
Yeah, literal.
Yeah, they wonder why they all go broke when they stop playing.
Yeah, dude, that's the saddest thing to say, man. That's so sad. That's something you know, which a lot of bodybuilders don't have the money to begin with. But we talked about this a bit on the last episode. Just having a handle on your finances in general is just something that's so big for bodybuilding.
Yeah,
and it doesn't take a super rich man to have a comfortable life in bodybuilding, but it's going to depend on where you live too. Like for example, I'll constantly like comment on shit, and people will be like, "I can't afford groceries this week," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, look, I'm eating fucking 7,000 calories a day in my off season. I'm spending $150, $100 at the grocery every week. Like, I'm not spending a lot of money. And they'll be like, well, you live in California? Fuck no, I don't live in California. It just depends on where you live.
You should probably choose a better place to fucking live then. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that you can actually move. That is something you can do. It's not easy, but you can work up to a point, save some money, and just fucking move. If your area is not building you up how it should, if it's not productive, if you can't even rent a single bedroom apartment and you make close to 6 figures a year, you should probably get the fuck out of that area.
Yeah. Well, people just don't take personal responsibility, man. Like, it pisses me off, honestly. Like, don't bitch about your situation and do nothing about it. It's like, do something. Like, fuck. I live in Washington State. I live in one of the most expensive states in the country. And I didn't grow up with money. Like, I'd worked for every single thing I've had, but I've never struggled. Like, I've never been like, fuck, how am I going to pay for this? Like, you just have to plan everything, just like in bodybuilding. It's just be responsible, plan, invest in shit, don't buy anything you don't need. Exactly. And like, eventually you'll be comfortable. Like, you're going to get in a position, if you just make the right choices over time, you're not going to have to worry about, like, I'm not loaded, but I'm not like, if I want to get something, I can get it. You know, you just have to be an adult.
The amount of dilution that I see in bodybuilding, and do you know how many competitors I've talked to, and they're like, oh, I don't even think about how much like it is to compete. It's like, what?
Man. You got to think about
it. Like, I don't even add up that expense. Like, they're like, I'll just put it all on the credit card and be like, and then what?
What a scam.
Fucking
credit cards?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like not paying your credit, not creating your
scams at all.
Well, if you pay it off, they're not.
Yeah, if you get the ones that have cash back and you pay it off right away, it is a smart money move. It is, and it builds your credit up. It gives you way better. Credit in itself is a scam.
Yes.
Yeah,
credit cards is using the system correctly.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about people that don't pay back their credit card on time, and they're like constantly just giving free money because and they've got multiple.
Only paying the minimum on your credit card every month. That shit.
Yeah,
Well,
don't.
that's just making money off the low IQ people.
Basically, yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of on them.
Yeah. Like, I mean, on one hand, it's a predatory system. On the other hand, it's like, duh. Of course, like company's going to want to make money, right? So you have to always assume that like this company is trying to get the most amount of money out of you possible, not the least. And that goes for supplement companies too. That goes for everything you buy in bodybuilding.
Have you guys ever heard of
Insurance
someone complaining about money and then going, I won't work at McDonald's or,
Oh, my fucking God.
Dunkin' Donuts or whatever the fuck. They're like
I
too
have a
good
story.
for it.
I have a story about this. There's one of the few like bodybuilders who actually competed in my town. He doesn't even live here anymore. He would do a lot of fucked up shit. But when he would be in the off season, or was it? Yeah. When he'd be in the off season, or no, not this. When he would come off of cycle the once a year that he just wouldn't fucking train. He would eat like a retard. He would just do all the dumb shit. And he had a degree where this is back in like 2015. So like a $25 an hour job was like really good. $30 an hour job, fucking immaculate for where I live. Like you can have a really good living off of that. He was like, I'm not going to take it. I know my worth. I know this position here. I can get $50. So I'm not going to take the $30. And I'm like, dude, you're living in your fucking car in my gym parking lot. What are you talking about?
I love those guys. Those guys are so awesome.
It's so fucking irritating.
And it's like he
The
ends up
dreamers.
working at a fucking chicken plant making $10 an hour because he missed the opportunity.
Bro, the dreamers are the funniest guys ever, right? You know, they're the same people that go around and show everyone their fucking third call out photo and say they got robbed and they should have been the second call outs. It's the same type of person.
And this is a guy also who was taking so much fucking drugs that he was throwing up all over himself all day. Like,
They dream, but they don't do anything to actually make the dream happen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, he would have died for the sport, but only taking the drugs for it, though.
Yeah, right. Like not do any of the other shit, just the drugs for it. It's crazy.
Like, would you live for the sport, though?
Exactly. Yeah.
Would you do everything necessary to actually do the things required to make progress?
And have good blood work. If he was like probably 33 at that time, so I would say get all of your regular scans probably at least once a year. Check blood pressure, dude. Who the fuck knows what his blood pressure was? He was bleeding out of his nose every day, so probably not good.
Yeah, we all know one of these guys.
Back when he checked his blood pressure when he was 10 years old at the doctor's, it was enough to tell him the Flintstone gummies.
Back on the gummies again.
Yeah. Oh man, people
No,
are
I mean,
just crazy.
Yeah. What's another little fun topic that we can discuss here?
I have some questions we can go through if you guys want to.
Yeah, down.
All right, give me 1 second to pull those up. We have a million of them, so we probably should go through these. Let's see here. All right. How do you plan to train? And this is kind of the topic we're talking about. How earlier, at least. How do you plan to train and eat when you retire from bodybuilding?
Holistic.
Yep, we were talking about that earlier. I think that's.
I'm gonna eat fucking organic meats, fruits, veggies. I'm gonna fucking try to live off the fucking land, homie.
Yeah, that's what my
Like
parents.
homestead or like what?
Yeah.
Huh?
You gonna start a little homestead or what?
Oh fuck yeah! I'd love to do that. Honestly, that'd be so great. Just to honestly have a homestead, maybe live on the beach.
Oh, okay. Homestead on the beach. That's really okay.
I want to.
I'll go fishing for my food. I'll go fishing for my food. Have a little fucking farm going on too.
Dude,
that's the dream.
I could just never live by the beach because of how often there's fucking hurricanes and property damage and shit. I hate the idea of that. I've known a couple people that have lived near like the Outer Banks and shit here in NC, and it's just like they're having to move so often. They're having to pay out the ass for insurance, things like that. But in a perfect world, yeah, living on the beach would be fucking awesome.
Bro, hey, in a perfect world, I wouldn't be paying insurance, and I would not be paying.
Oh yeah. Off the grid,
It's your holiday home.
Yeah, my parents are kind of homesteading a little bit. Like I mentioned earlier, they got animals and stuff, and trying to, they're doing like a lot of my vegetables this prep will probably be zucchini from my mom's garden, so that'll be kind of cool.
Zucchini.
How do I plan to train and eat when I retire from bodybuilding? I know this for a fact. I definitely will not train legs the same way that I do right now. That's for fucking sure. Like, I will train legs probably once a week, not this twice a week shit that I'm having to do right now where I'm torturing myself. I enjoy training legs, so I'll definitely always train them. It's just not going to be the warfare that I have to commit to now for them. I'll probably, honestly, if I'm still running the gym and everything, shit, I'd probably train twice a day. I'd probably do like chest in the morning, triceps at night, or arms at night. Like, I'd probably train twice a day. Like, if I didn't care about progress, I'd probably train 6 days a week, twice a day.
Just whatever you feel
Arms
like.
every day.
Yeah.
Arms every day.
Yeah, probably.
Just get some PMMA in there. Just look like a Rich Piana.
Fuck that, dude. PMA in my calves, if anything.
Honestly, I was actually talking to my wife about something. You know what? Rich Piana actually had like the dream retired body.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He just fucking walk around,
show muscles,
big ass arm.
Yeah,
just show muscles. Except I want a bigger back.
And the average person doesn't know no fucking better.
That back was kind of bad.
Yeah.
But the average person is.
Oh yeah, dude. When I was 16, I didn't fucking understand. Like, I thought something was going on, but I didn't know. I was like, yeah, he's really good. And also, the cool thing about Rich is he actually had a really fucking awesome physique back when he competed too. So it's like, at least he knew how to do the process too. So it's not like these guys in Brazil who they've never had an ounce of muscle in their body. They're just full of vegetable oil. Totally different thing.
Yeah.
But how I plan to eat, I would hope that I don't fall back into bad habits. I honestly, hopefully I'm just in a very mature spot by then and it's not even a thought, but I would think at least initially I would probably have a pretty bad relationship with food and I would have to work really hard to maintain a healthy relationship with food otherwise. Just because without a big goal, maybe I would probably find another goal. That's probably what it would be. I'd probably start doing like martial arts, or maybe I would just do something that has, like a progression system, like, how you can move up the belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or something. That would probably allow me to keep some of my bad habits in check a bit.
Man, I don't even. When I'm done competing, I'll probably just. For eating, I'll probably be so damn small, man. Like, if I ate what I wanted to, because I just like to work or like do shit. So, I'd probably just eat like 2 or 3 times a day, but clean. I only enjoy eating clean food for the most part.
Yeah.
And then I'd have some shit every once in a while. I'll have like a bite or two, but I just don't like feeling like shit from eating it. So, and then training, like you answered, like I still train hard. I'd still love to train, but I wouldn't go into like doing legs right now. Like the rest of your day is shot. Like you're like I'm like half a human. Like I can't even speak.
Dude, we worked on my posing a little bit before this. I can hardly fucking keep my quad split. Like it looks like I got hit by a sledgehammer on both of my legs. It's absurd. And I got to try to train these fuckers tomorrow. I might just not be able to. Honestly, might just have to do like pull or something instead. But that's for another day.
Do you guys ever have your girl like ask you if everything's okay, and you're like, "I trained legs today."
Bro,
like
my wife, we just got.
I'm like looking
recliner.
off the distance.
Yeah, we got a recliner.
My wife she goes fucking hard too, so we're both just fucking on Saturdays. We're both kind of just dead. We went to a wedding yesterday after doing legs, and we almost fell asleep.
Oh
man, we were like sitting, right there, I had a fucking lower back pump while I'm sitting in the fucking car. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to fucking walk.
Yeah. It's like that point where like you're trying to like walk like your legs are just completely stiff. You can't bend your knees much at all. Fucking awesome.
Yeah. That's
I'll tell you what I'd like to have my diet and training like after, because there's obviously what you're gonna do versus what you'd like to do. I want to eat less because how much I eat is obviously unhealthy, and I do think I'm gonna eventually downsize because I don't think it's healthy to try to stay large for very long. I have a lot of runners in my family, and I was a good runner when I was young, so I've always had the goal of like doing a marathon. So I definitely would have to get really small to do that properly. But one thing I love about bodybuilding is it's like taught me to eat healthy, and I don't want to give that up completely. Like Chris said, like I don't want to feel like shit, and I felt like shit for many years before eating healthier. Training, I think, would stay pretty similar, but probably just less often and more just like doing what I feel like, and with a way bigger emphasis on cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah, just making the goal more like trying to be as fit as possible and more mainstream attractive looking.
Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Yeah, like I'd rather be the guy that's like, fuck man, you look really good, not just like you're huge and bloated.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I look forward to that though in a way. Like I'm very invested in what I'm doing now, but I very much also I'm looking forward to not being on so much juice and being like mentally a nicer person and more empathetic. And like I just started this cruise phase, and you know, I know it's only been a few days, but like just the immediate drop of hormones, you're like, I'm like hugging my girlfriend. I'm hugging my girlfriend more, and I'm like, I'm loving this shit. Love being a little bit normal.
Yeah.
How about you, Bobby?
Or okay.
Or I guess Bobby.
I thought he did. Yeah.
I already went. For training, though,
for training. Yeah.
For let's see, for training, I would God, I don't know. I love training.
Yeah.
That I think that'd be the hardest thing to give up is progression in the gym.
Yeah, and I say I would stop doing what I'm doing. I'd probably train the same fucking way.
Like I love hitting legs twice a week. I love hitting. You know, I probably would I'd probably do like upper lower a lot because I actually do enjoy hitting, and then I'll probably have an arm day every now and then.
Yeah.
Do
you guys think you'll
I'll probably just do like upper lower arms and then whatever the fuck else.
Do you think you guys will ever get to the point where you can just like not have anything planned out for the week, just walk to the gym and do whatever the fuck? I will never be able to do that. I know that right now.
No.
There's no way.
No.
What about full body?
No.
Have you guys ever done a full body workout?
Never once in my life have I done that. Maybe a football workout, but that doesn't count. I'm sure there's one body part we did.
Maybe in high school.
In gym.
Yeah. but like as a bodybuilder, definitely no. No, I've never done that.
I think you can only really get away with that if you're so fucking small.
Yeah.
And you're just literally starting out because you have nothing there.
Yeah.
Like, I think anyone who has a significant amount of muscle, they can't get away with doing full body.
No.
Even upper lower, you have to be very precise about the way you do it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people, it's even newbies, I think that there's something to be said about just having a push day or maybe even a chest day if like their connection is really bad with their chest. Just more sets, more practice. Because let's be real, if you know you're a year into your progress in the gym, you're not going to go to failure on fucking everything, even if you think you are. Unless they're out of the insane asylum. There are some people who from the get-go, they train like an absolute animal. But even then, there's just certain levels of accuracy that you're not able to hit. It's just different.
Yeah. I have a kid that, this is actually a good story because it's happened this week, but I have this kid who goes to my gym who, he's probably like 17 years old, something like that. And you can tell he fucking loves it more than anyone I've seen in a long time. Like he's in there all day to the point where it's annoying. He's in there all day. He's like leaving and coming back. He's like working out with multiple people multiple times a day, like just jumping in on their workouts. And he's getting kind of big, which is the annoying part because his form's terrible.
Bro.
And he's extremely performative grunter. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Everyone. Anyway, so the other day he's doing a hack squat and he's got 5 plates on each side and he's got 2 guys on each side spotting him to basically give him 200 pounds worth of help on 1 rep. They get done. I yell over across the gym, that was retarded. Everyone looks at me and goes, I know, man, it's crazy. And I'm like, no, not in a good way. And then it goes really negative and the kid feels like shit. And I'm like, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, man. Put like 3 plates on there. You'll have a better set. And they're like, you didn't have to hate on him. Like he feels bad now. And I'm like, well, what was the point of that? He's gonna tear something. And I sit there and I'm training another client at the time, and I'm training another client on legs, and we're about to use the hack squat. So I was probably being like foreshadowing not wanting to have to take this 5 plates off.
Yeah.
So I kind of like feel a little bad. So I'm like, how about I spot you and we kind of all work in together? And he's like, seriously? Like, fuck yeah. Like, I was going to be done, but like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I come over.
It's a good attitude.
And I think with like 3 plates, doing it the style I told him, where I said, like, you're going to go down super controlled. You're going to pause in the hole. You're going to explode up, but you're not going to take any breaks at the top. So it's going to be continuous reps. He's like, okay. And you could tell like this fucked him up because he's used to like stopping in between every single rep and catching a breath. And, you know, he does like 7 reps and he's like, he's got this big smile on his face. And he's like, dude, like that cadence was like really fucking sick. Like I'm pumped to hell. And I'm like, all right, come back. We'll do another one with 2. So we bang out like 2 more sets, and the kid pulls me aside afterwards. He's like, so like, how much do you charge for training? Because like, I want to do this again. Like my legs are crippled. So long story short, it turned like kind of me being a dick because I'm cringing at this guy to like, we're kind of friends now. And
cool.
I'm probably going to train him sometime soon. And if this kid takes this energy and directs it into good, you know, controlled training, he will be an awesome bodybuilder. Like he's got good muscle to him, but just he's putting it in the most stupid, you know, and this is also a chocolate milk guy, so I'm going to get him off of that. But yeah, anyway, that just hyped me up, man. That was just a feel good moment.
There's a kid.
And the old me would have walked away and just been like, whatever, man, you didn't want to hear it. It's your problem. But I'm like, you know what? Like this could just crush this kid. So let's bring him in.
Yeah.
And it was awesome.
There's a kid at my
Isn't
gym
it so
that's
beautiful when you just make someone stay like that too?
Yeah. He had a right attitude about
smart.
it too, though. That's the thing. He didn't take it the wrong way and be like, "Oh, who are you to like?" No, he actually showed respect because you're bigger than him by a substantial amount, I would imagine. And that's the type of people that he's genetically gifted, and they can be something great in the sport because they also want to get better. There's a kid at my gym who it boils my fucking blood, man, because this kid has probably the best set of genetics I've ever seen on a white dude. Like absurd. Like Justin Compton level of genetics, probably, if he actually knew how to fucking train. And I've done what you're talking about. I will be doing legs on the same day as them. I look, all right, do this cadence with your leg extensions, do this cadence with your adduction machine and the leg press, apply this all to it. They'll do it with me while I'm working out, and then I'll see them in the gym a day later and they're doing the fucking corner
right
reps.
Back.
And I told this kid to his face, like, dude, I will coach you for free. I could turn you pro naturally in men's physique within a year, and I don't know how to fucking prep people worth of shit right now. Like, Stevie fucking Wonder could prep you and turn you pro. All you have to do is not train 7 days a week. You have to stop doing 1 rep maxes, and you got to stop fucking cheating on your diet every single day of the week, multiple times a day. That's it. I'm not even saying you got to, like, crazy suffer, because this kid walks around at like 8% body fat in his upper body year round at like 6'1", 200 pounds. So he's not like a crazy big kid or anything, but for a natural, and I know he's natural because he's too fucking stupid to know how to take drugs.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
No, trust me.
You'd be surprised.
Trust me. This kid, I don't think he would know how to take a fucking SARM. Like, that's the type we're talking about. But it just blows my mind because I just don't know how he's not hurt yet.
Do you guys ever get like crazy passionate when you see genetics like that?
All day.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've offered to help this kid multiple times.
Bobby's like, fuck.
Bobby's like, all I gotta do is look in the mirror, motherfucker.
No, I look at them as competition. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking crush you.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. More 1 rep maxes.
No. Actually, I want to help them. Man. I'm like, okay, this is now competitive.
I don't look at it as competition because half of the time when they have genetics like this, their work ethic is so fucking bad. I know they're never going to make it. And it sucks because they have so much potential.
Yeah.
And this kid is going to do a natural show in like 3 weeks. And when he was 8 or 10 weeks out, he was eating fucking donuts at a powerlifting meet and ate burgers or some shit after. He's probably going to go to that fucking show and he's probably going to win. And that's going to be the worst fucking thing that could happen to him. He needs to go to an actual NPC show instead of this OCB rinky-dink bullshit. Sorry to any of you who compete in the OCB, but it's a fucking travesty. He needs to go to an NPC show and get his ass handed to him so that he gets a drive and a fire to get better. That's what needs to happen. Like, if I won my first show, I would have never fucking progressed like I did that first off season after my first show.
Come here, you.
I could see this kid walking around at like
My
a
son.
lean 220, 215 natural after a good rebound.
This is my son.
Yeah,
This is
cheating.
Puma. We call him Mama, though.
Beautiful child. Have you seen that guy on Instagram who, like, people will send him DMs of their cats and shit, and he'll draw them, like, in the most absurd ways possible?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's just, like, MS Paint levels of bad, but it's phenomenal.
That's my dream life, is having enough money to be able to have, like, a shitload of cats and dogs.
Yeah. I have 3
Just
dogs.
take them in.
It's a lot with 3, man. I couldn't
Basically a
imagine
farm.
like 4 or 5. Yeah,
You already have a farm, dude.
it's like a zoo. Big old
That's
pumper.
nice.
Oh,
He doesn't do it, baby.
oh,
Moose.
There's Moose.
It's adorable.
same thing.
I
So
see.
cute.
His name is Moose.
Anson, what
I
else
see
we got?
Yeah.
Let's see here. So let's try to be done by 9, just because I'd like to get the better a decent time. But I think we got time for 2 or 3 more if we do quick fire.
I got time for one more.
Okay, perfect. Even better. Are there any? Well, actually, hold on. Do we want to do that one? Nah, that's a big conversation. Let's say that. This one is simple. I think this will be good. Thoughts on doing direct ab training, and if so, what do you do?
Man, sorry, especially for me.
What's that?
And I do, especially for me, I have to fucking do them. I have such shallow abs.
Say I had that was my biggest critique on Shad was shallow abs and bad glutes.
After every training day, I do rest pause set of either hanging leg raises, cable crunches, or incline lying leg raises.
Okay.
So, and the goal is to basically have my abs so fucking pumped that I almost get a cramp.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So,
And what's your frequency?
Yeah, Bob, you
might have mentioned it, but I might have missed it. What's your frequency per week on that? You said after every
five
training?
five times a week.
Okay, after every training. Got it.
So for me, I do. Well, I just think we should be training. Everyone should be training abs more. I know a lot of it's genetic, obviously, like how
The shape.
just like the shape and everything like that. But I think the more that we can work them out, and the more we get them to just essentially like protrude, to get them to stick out more, the better. But I'm a big fan of the like reverse crunches on the incline.
Okay.
I do those in the so every other day I do 3 sets of those, as many as I can, fasted after I do my walk, and then I'll do I alternate between that and doing planks. I do 1 minute on, 1 minute off of planks, but when I'm doing these planks, I will hold, like I'm in a plank position, and I squeeze my core in almost like a half vacuum, but I'm keeping my stomach tight, and then I'm breathing through my chest, just to help mimic like you're posing and be able to hold your stomach and, tight and breathe through your chest without like your stomach coming in and out. So,
yeah, like you can't just let it hang there. There's no point in doing a vacuum if you're not controlling your waist. Same thing. I pull a half vacuum, and then I have a mirror beside me, so I want to see my abs crunch down like an ab and thigh while I'm doing my planks. And I'll do. Unless you have anything else to cover there, my routine is because that was a big critique of me. One of the judges I talked to, he was like, everything, because he judged me at my first show too, so he was like, everything's way improved, man, keep doing what you're doing, but for whatever reason your abs were really shallow and you need bigger glutes. So it's like, okay, those are 2 things that I'm going to nail in this off season. I think for a while there I was doing abs every training day, probably somewhere between 5 to 10 sets, something stupid, very like probably 10 sets if I'm being real. And then eventually it went down to 4 and then 3, and then I stopped doing them for a while. Now I'll do them every leg day. Sometimes when I feel like it, I'll do them after a push day or after a pull day, but I always just make sure I do them at least after both leg days. And then planks I do every single day. Upon waking, I'll do 3 sets, a minute, or if I can hold for longer. I should probably. I find when I have an empty stomach and like a deficit, I can do a longer plank. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but maybe it's just because that vacuum portion of it gets a bit easier. I'll probably get up to a minute and a half, 2 minutes at some point. But I'll do those every day along with 10 sets of vacuums. And then now that I'm in prep here, I'm going to start back doing that also before bed. So 10 sets vacuums twice per day, 3 sets planks twice per day.
Good for you, man. It's intense.
Max. What you got, Max?
So I'm kind of like the opposite of a lot of you guys. I have really good abs, really shitty TBA.
Okay.
So, I told Anson my story when we did my first video or whatever, where my initial obsession with bodybuilding came from the girls in my elementary school liking Taylor Lautner and the Twilight series because he had abs. So I like obsessively trained my abs because I found that was, something to get attention. And so I think I have this theory, and it's kind of like when you see gymnasts that when they were younger, they have like, if you've built muscle when you're young, you almost like get it before your cells close and everything.
Yeah.
So I almost have like maturity in my abs. So they came very easy for me as a bodybuilder. But the downside is that I got very lazy with my midsection control, and I've kind of been burned on stage with that. So this year I've implemented some of the stuff Anson recommended with lots of vacuums. I'm getting better at them. They're getting deeper. I'm holding them longer. Not doing the planks. This is kind of, I'm going to check in with you guys next time and tell you that I'm doing them. I would also appreciate if you guys kind of held me accountable with the posing and the ab work when I start prepping, because you're only what you can display. And like,
you said 8 weeks.
Go ahead.
8 weeks for your prep.
Well, yeah, I'm 26 weeks out right now. I'm going to start at 18.
I'll be 12 weeks out. So perfect.
Hell yeah, we could do it together.
I won't look like a bag of milk like you saw today.
You're looking pretty milky, but your posing's good, man.
For 5 meals deep in me, I'm not too worried about it. And then obviously, beat the shit out of my legs yesterday.
Yeah, you're holding up good. One thing I have my clients do is we have a machine at my gym. It's like the Nautilus Crunch machine. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that one. It's actually a really good piece, and like it's simple.
Do you know the Life Fitness one? I think it's similar to that. Is it pretty similar to that? Okay, yeah. I did a lot of that. Like if I was doing 10 sets, I'd probably split it between 5 of that and 5 of hanging leg raises. Or we have the glider machine, like where you do your lower abs?
Those are amazing.
Yeah. That one's great.
Do those or hanging leg raises.
I also have them do.
I'm about buy one of those.
Hey, and you probably wouldn't even need more than 10 pounds per side to load it at most. So
I don't even think you need any weight, to be honest. If you do it the way it's intended to be done,
holding at the top
and just like crank out 30 reps, hold at the top, no momentum at the bottom. Max, I am sorry. Please continue.
No, it's okay. I kind of started off by saying I barely do my abs, but I do have a lot of insight because I train a lot of people who really want abs. And I would say I like what Chris said with the reverse crunch thing, because I have clients do that one as well. I think it's awesome. There's like a specific way I have them do it where I make sure that they don't bounce when they go down. I make sure they don't bounce out of the bottom, that there's like a kind of a dead stop there without losing tension. And then they're really, I find the breathing when you're training your abs is more important than any other exercise. Absolutely. You're thinking about blowing that air tank out at the top, and you're not going up too high either and losing tension. And then you're controlling the way down. And then some people, they can go all day doing this perfectly. So I'll have them actually hold like a kettlebell or something like that to add a little bit of weight, and we'll progressive overload it. And then I was just going to touch on that machine I was talking about there. The key to doing that machine correctly is making sure that you do not explode on the way down. So meaning like when you're crunching, you're not just going as fast as you can. Yeah. You're just going as fast as you need to go to keep constant tension, blowing that air tank out. And then I have people have me train them on this specifically because you can actually get a spotter to push you down that last inch and hit like that contraction at the bottom where it's super painful. So they'll do their normal set, and then all of a sudden I just come in and I give them like a little bit of that last inch to kind of like force them into the squeeze. And that just like fucks people up in the best way. Anyway, that's my take on abs.
That's a great idea.
Isn't that the Explode series too?
Yep.
I believe it is the Nautilus Explode series.
Yeah, it's good,
Kind of
man.
funny to say.
Some of the Nautilus stuff is hit or miss, but that one, like, it's just a good machine. It's got the adjustable back support, so like, I kind of go like tall people are like a 5 or 6 on there, and then shorter about like a 3. So I kind of can, like, if I have a new client, I can just whip it into where I think they are, and yeah, I'd say most people are doing 80 pounds on it. Some of the stronger people are doing like 125, 140.
Yeah.
I don't like to really go heavier than that.
You don't really want to try to like excessively load it. You just want enough to actually feel the contraction. That's it. And then not have to do 150 reps on it.
Yep.
Right. I think actually another good tip too, don't wear a belt.
Do people wear a belt on that? Oh, you're talking about
I'm saying
in general.
Yeah. In general.
I just wear it on 2 movements.
I would say don't wear a belt if you don't know how to brace properly. And you should.
I just wear one on hack squats. Pretty much.
If you know how to brace properly, then you don't need a belt.
Sorry,
I don't think I need one.
If you're bracing into the belt and letting your stomach hang over it, you're bracing improperly. That's how I'm looking at it. Right. Okay. And honestly, even if you can brace into the belt, well, you probably. I would say on most things, and I wear a belt on like 1 exercise a week, my chest supported rows. And that's just because I have a finicky lower back. I think it depends on the person, but I can agree with that. Probably don't wear a belt. But do you think there's something to be said about kind of almost treating the belt like a waist trainer so long as you're not breathing over it? Or do you think there's any validity to that? Okay.
No, because I actually think it makes your TVA weaker by wearing it all the time because it's that crutch. Okay. So this is coming from someone who also used to wear a belt because I used to think, see, all these ideas that I'm against, it's because I've done them.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the same way, man.
So
you hate them even more.
Yeah, so I used to wear a belt. Yeah, I used to wear a belt all the time. I used to wear a belt for dumbbell curls because I was like, this is going to keep my waist tight and stuff. And guess what? I'd get lower back pain all the fucking time because my core was so fucking weak.
So then, last quick hitter topic. What do you think about things like waist trainers then? Because I feel like that kind of falls into the same category now. If not more,
I think it's a little bit different.
Okay.
In a sense. The reason I think it's different is because you're using a waist trainer to be more yeah, you want to be conscious when you're lifting.
Yeah.
But you also don't want the TVA to get weak. You'd wear the waist trainer to keep yourself conscious about keeping your stomach in. But granted, I think you should just be conscious about keeping your stomach in all the time.
100%.
I don't think you should ever just let it just hang out.
Yes.
And the problem that people run into with waist trainers is like, well, I'll just kind of like let it hang out inside the waist trainer.
No. Like you could probably see.
I mean? So
you could probably see on me the marks because I had been wearing mine all day, but the whole time I'm fucking like, abs into my belly button all day. And I think so long as we're also doing that work on the back and front end of, actually strengthening our TVA and then not being inconscious of it hanging out, whatever the right word is there. It's late. I think that's okay. The problem you run into is when you're just wearing a waist trainer, you're not strengthening your TVA, you're just wearing a belt, you're not focusing on proper bracing, you're not challenging your TVA at all, you're just using it as a crutch. So I can agree with that.
Yeah.
All right.
With hernias, I've had hernias in the past, so I'm definitely a fan of a belt around my belly button. That's for sure. But,
I came close to. I think that is hernias were the thing where your belly button pops out a bit, right?
We could talk about this.
Yeah. Well, we're at 2 hours, so we'll save it for another day. But I the one time that I came close to, I think I might have built something up, and then now through training my TVA, I've kind of like brought it back in. Was incline pressing with a belt on. I was just bracing horribly.
Well, it wasn't. You didn't have a hernia because they don't just go away. You can't trade that away.
Okay.
But
something then. I made an 80 into an Audi, I guess.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Once there's a hole in your stomach lining, there's a hole. But
okay.
Something wasn't right there though. That doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
You're not crazy. You're not crazy for saying that, Anson, because last year, because of, I believe, just poor stomach control, eating too much food, too much GH, fucking I woke up one morning after a high day. I noticed it on prep, and I had the fucking. I could look down. I could see my fucking innie as an outie,
Yeah.
which had never been a thing before. Now in this off season, doing all the vacuums, the likelihood of that being a thing is far reduced. When I reduce my calories and my stomach isn't as distended, it comes back in. I don't know if you could call it. I think you could call it like a mild umbilical hernia, or like diastasis causing it.
Maybe. Yeah.
But either way, it doesn't look good on stage. And I definitely notice when I'm hitting like a vacuum, you get more of that like ugly looking belly button pushing to the surface versus coming in. I kind of like look at other dudes' belly buttons now, and I'm a little envious because I used to have that nice looking belly button. But like, you're usually bigger than them if you have that at the same time. So it's like,
I think a
you know
little
what I mean?
bit,
So
a little bit of those things just kind of come with the territory of getting like inhuman.
Jordan Hutchinson has the same thing.
Yeah.
It could be visceral fat.
Maybe.
Yes, you had said that. That's also very possible.
It could just be the visceral fat that's accrued from high GHUs, high food amounts that are unnecessary. I mean, you see it all the time with the people who constantly push weight up and up and up and up and up and up. It eventually happens.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jordan Hutchinson has that, he stays shredded year round, dude.
Yeah. That's the hard part. Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe it was built up before that, and then maybe I don't know. That's tough.
But you also gotta look at the diet he's eating. I know he works with Tuttle.
Yeah.
But that dude does not eat like he works with Tuttle. He's on Pop-Tarts and shit.
Yeah, I see like some sprinkles of Tuttleism in there, and then I see some other things. Yeah, now that you say that.
There's a lot of highly processed sugars in there that do lead to a bunch of visceral fat gain.
I just think it's like anything else where it's a combination of everything. It's
of course.
Your stomach in general is growing. You have a lot of food in there. You're taking a lot of growth hormone. There's receptors in your stomach. It's all kinds of shit combined. And then, not everyone's doing the consistent vacuums. Not everyone, you're pushing an off season for 6 months where your belly is full at all times. You carb load super heavily, or you eat foods that don't digest super well.
Yeah.
It's everything.
That's why
it probably wasn't that one hack squat set that like popped it out of place, or else you'd feel it. Like Chris said, like you'd fucking know.
Yeah.
This is more of a minor sort of cosmetic sort of thing.
Yeah. And all of what we talked about is why it's super, super important to have periods of the year, regardless on if you're off season or prep, to push and to pull. Like in your cruise, I love coming down to a mini cut on the cruise. I think it's an awesome time to do it. So
yep, a little bit of climb,
maybe a lot of bit of climb. Yeah, a lot of bit of climb.
A lot of bit.
But all right, we're over 2 hours here now, so definitely want to end it. Got to get my last meal in and hit the hay. Appreciate all you guys' time. For the viewers, everybody's social medias will be underneath their faces and in the description below. All of us here do online coaching, so feel free to reach out if you're interested in that. And thank you guys for watching.